can blow up your engine if you just add stuff without knowing what you are doing. I'm not responsible for your mistakes. Good afternoon, everybody. In this video I would like to discuss some simple stage 2 mods that you can do to your car to make it a little bit faster. Thing worth mentioning is I'm going to cover only the Ford Focus Mark 1 and a Volkswagen Golf Mark 4 in this video. Let's start with the exhaust for a Ford Focus Mark 1. As you can see in this image, there is the catalytic converter followed up by a flexi joint, and then you have the catback or so-called catback part of the exhaust. You want to change this out with a high performance kit that has better airflow than the stock one. So let me bring up 3 examples. They are basically all the same, all have 2.25 inches of bore and a 4-inch tailpipe, and they are all made out of stainless steel. Also, they all have these 2 resonators and they can be assembled with exhaust clamps, so no welders needed. I think I need to mention that you see up there it's written 1.8 and 2.0 gasoline or petrol engine. It works fine with diesel engines too. In case you're not satisfied with the looks, you can kinda hack them up and put whatever tailpipe you want on them or whatever resonators. In case you need a bigger exhaust, I would go with MagnaFlow components, and also you need skills and a welder for that one. I will cover the turbo / exhaust manifold and the catalytic converter in the next video. Okay, let's move on to the intercooler and the piping for it. The Ford Focus Mark 1 has a top-mounted intercooler somewhere in front of the engine. Unfortunately, this isn't the best solution because the intercooler gets easily heat-soaked from the heat generated by the engine. A pretty good solution for this is to move your intercooler down in the bumper, something like what I'm going to show you here. By doing this, you achieve 2 important things. 1. The intercooler is farther away from the engine and the heat generated by it. And 2. The intercooler is in a direct airflow, that means it can pass more heat to the environment. Because intercoolers cannot work wireless or tubeless, you need to do some plumbing. For that you might need a intercooler piping kit. Here you have 2 options. You can use some existing pipes and route from them to the intercooler, or you can totally remake and route wherever you see them fit. Also, I would highly suggest that you change the intercooler from the stock one that is kinda small, you see the dimensions on the screen, to a custom one that I'm going to present right now, and you have the dimensions on the screen. This intercooler is only an example, it might not fit 100%, so don't buy this one. On the other hand, another reason to change the intercooler would be that usually stock intercoolers have plastic parts that do not resist at high boost pressures. Now, before buying the kits and the intercoolers, make sure you order them with the same inlet, outlet and piping diameter, so you don't have an intercooler with a 3-inch inlet and outlet and pipes that are, I don't know, 1.5-inch diameter. Other things worth mentioning here is that you might need to add a body kit that lets more airflow through the intercooler and your engine cooling radiator. And don't forget to change the air filter, because if you have a clogged air filter, no air to the turbo and no air through the intercooler. For this group of modifications, I wouldn't bother changing the pipe that goes from the airbox to the turbo itself. And now, the moment of truth, you start your car and you realize your engine doesn't make too much power because you forgot to remap it. So now you can go to a remapping company, whatever they're called, and hopefully they can do a custom map, after which you successfully increase the power for your engine. Now make sure you have good tires and good brakes for good grip and in case you need to stop. Okay, now I would like to go over the components for the Golf Mark 4. It's pretty much the same thing, but the components obviously are different. And let's start with the exhaust. First, I would like to show you this exhaust that I found. It's a cat deleted one. I would highly suggest you not use it on the street because you might get fined for, well, removing your catalytic converter. The second one is a single exhaust, and the last one is a dual exhaust, but for the dual, I mean, you will need to chop the rear bumper of your car. I do highly recommend to research before you buy. This way you can make sure the part actually fits your car before you buy it. Now let's go to the intercooler and intercooler piping part. From what I researched, I can see that the intercooler, I mean the stock intercooler on the Mark IVs is kind of like side mounted. You can put a bigger one like front mounted. I will show the image of what I'm talking about, and you can pretty much go from there. Luckily for you, here you can find the intercooler kits, so you have an easier job. I really hope this video was helpful and you learned something from it. In the next video I'm going to cover the intake and the exhaust manifolds, probably the turbos, and like high airflow catalytic converters, and what other things you need to change to have the necessary airflow for your engine. Thank you very much for watching. In case I did say something incorrect, make sure to correct me in the comment section, and make sure to subscribe for the next video in this series. Thank you again and have a nice day. And for free out.